Hi, I'm Jane. I'm a social worker and a yoga facilitator, and I'm here today to talk about change. So, welcome to this present moment. I'm assuming that you who have showed up here today are on a journey of wellness, a journey of change. And I was thinking about what are the obstacles that get in the way of change. So, I'm going to offer some of those obstacles, but I'm going to offer it from a place of hopefulness. So, and it may not be easy because change is hard. So, but doable because of what is the concept? Neuroplasticity. So, that's the science that says that with practice, the nervous system and the brain changes. That's how we challenge addictions. That's how we challenge patterns that we're in. Neuroplasticity is the science that gives us hope to keep going. So, let's keep going, my friends. So, the first evaluation I'd like you to think about is what is your relationship to substance use? Because ultimately, through pain is how we grow, and very often people use substances to make pain go away. And so, I'm not going to say much more about this, it's its own conversation, but the time that we are experiencing pain is the impetus to see now what. When we use that struggle is waiting in the morning and we've never done the now what. The second thing, so let me just breathe here. Big topic. The second topic I'd like you to consider around change is what is your relationship to a rescue part? So, a rescue part, so you'll hear me use parts because very often we say to ourselves, that's just the way I am. And that statement alone can get us into trouble. If we dismiss the way we are, because that's just the way we are, then we don't challenge ourselves to grow. And a rescue part is the part that, or the fawning part, that's a nervous system language, the part that is so moved by taking care of others, it can be A, at the expense of ourselves, and B, a boundary violation in that we're taking care of others, they're not taking care of themselves. Why would they? And this isn't about children, my friends. This is about other adults. Why would they take care of themselves if I am? So the rescue part takes our choice away. We're no longer serving self and doing what's best for self, not in a selfish way, in a self-care way. So just consider, what is my rescue part? And I hope this isn't overwhelming. Remember, these teachings are for you to take the next step with, not to overwhelm. So let's take another deep breath through the nose and maybe out through pursed lips to slow down the nervous system. Remember, in slowing down the nervous system to parasympathetic, we can think and problem solve and do what's the next right thing versus getting swept away into our usual patterns. The next pattern I want you to consider is what is your relationship to blame? Why? Because if we are blaming people from our past, which I honor you, we all come to this present moment with having been hurt by people in our past. In this present moment, if I am blaming the past and blaming people in my life, how am I taking responsibility for transforming my life? So again, this isn't black and white teaching. I understand the blame part. Please meet it. I invite you to meet it with compassion as you bring your hands to heart and belly and breathe in through the nose again. Blow out like a candle. We want to meet the blame part and say, how are you helpful? How can I take greater responsibility for what's happening in my life? Other parts that get us into trouble are a victim part. So we want to begin to see a victim part and say, what do I need to find more power? What do I need to say yes to me? These are all boundary teachings. And this, if you have shown up here today, again, the assumption is that you are safe. Victimhood can be very subtle. How can I not sacrifice my values? And all of a sudden live and make choices from myself, and we grow fierce in our selfhood. Ultimately, these teachings all come under the umbrella of this. When we meet difficult experiences, painful experiences, which we all do all of the time. We want to be able to become the observer of what is happening, pause, breath through the nose, to be able to navigate the experience with agency or with choice. Because it is so easy to get swept away into pattern of blame or victim or using or rescuing as a way of living. If we pause in this body, in this moment, and say, what's the next right thing to do for me, again, in a self-care way, I don't mean to sound selfish, we begin to grow in our happiness, in our contentment is really what we're looking for. To challenge patterns that get us into trouble so that we can go toward how we are meant to live our lives. If you have any questions, you can ask them on the show wall on the YouTube channel. If you have any challenges, if you think that there's something that I've said that you don't understand, please ask. There's always the ebook, Choreograph Your Wellness, that speaks more in depth. But remember, these teachings are for you to bring into further examination with self or with a counselor. The change part in me that shows up every day toward grace meets and greets the change part in you. I'm bringing my thumbs to sternum. I'm raising my elbows. Let's just take a deep breath together through the nose. Maybe this time we'll bring it up in power, open, and sweep it down. Back to heart and belly. Namaste, my friends. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon.